Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Alex from TCG Discussions coming at you with a video today discussing Zenkai series and the SCR. We wanted to make this video for a while, but honestly, I've just been really too busy and had some medical issues. I'm going to make a small announcement at the end of the video, but without further ado, let's get into this one, okay? So Zenkai, what is Zenkai? So if you don't know what it is, basically we're going to get two new zones. We're going to get Z Energy and a Z deck. The Z deck is going to comprise of 7 cards. You cannot side Z cards into your side deck. They do not count toward the count of your main deck. Okay. The way the mechanic works and how you acquire Z energy, because you charge your normal energy for the turn, when you combo a card, instead of going to the drop area, you can charge it in your Z energy once per battle. So if you have 10 attacks, technically you can, if you combo on all 10 of those attacks, you could charge 10 Z energy. To play a card from your Z deck, you basically have to pick it up. You scroll through all 7 of those cards in your Z deck, and then you can play it if you meet the appropriate energy cost and the Z energy cost. So those 2 things, and then play the card according to whatever effect or hard cast that you would play. Your Z energy then goes, I believe, to the drop area, and then basically you have to recharge it in order to play new Z cards. Now, that's pretty much the Z mechanic in a nutshell, and I just want to give some of my thoughts on it before we get into these SCRs that have been released for the Zenkai series. So I overall think that this is a very good thing for the game. Gives us 7 new cards to play with, because sometimes, honestly, it just feels that, like, oh, I can't get to that card, or like, if I had that card, I would win the game, or something like that. I think that this gives us another pool to draw of resources from, and I think that that is a very cool thing. I think that it's kind of like an extra for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I first want to express that, like, I don't think that this is going to be nearly as, like, broken as, like, synchros were for Yu-Gi-Oh! And here's why. So for starters, this is a mechanic that everybody can use. You're not going to be locked out of Stardust Dragon because you don't run a tuner in your deck. The second thing that I want to say about the Z mechanic is that while it is perfectly, like, understandable that some colors may get, like, initially maybe better cards or whatever, what have you, I think that overall, when it comes to the Z mechanic, everybody will get something eventually that, like, promotes their strategy. There will be strong colors that definitely that are already good that definitely get better, but we will also raise up other archetypes with this within those colors, because like right now, like, Trunks Vegeta is broken. Okay, like, it's probably the best yellow deck in the game, but the fact that Trunks Vegeta doesn't get to combo right as much as, well, it kind of does. It's probably going to be pretty good for Z format. But, like, the fact that, like, the yellow structure deck Ape, though, right, gets that combo, that's going to matter. So, like, 1, we're going to see a resurgence in that. 2, we're going to be able to buff older decks and other decks. And I think that this is just going to be absolutely great. It's going to give us, like, some leeway and diversity and power into our meta. So I think that that's going to be all a good thing. I don't think it's going to be nearly as broken as, like, Stardust Dragon was for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or any of this other nonsense. Now, some concerns, okay? Now, there's only one concern that I think that is valid, okay? And that is if they print an SCR that is just absolutely absurdly broken, right? And, like, you know, it says it's like an Ultra Instinct Goku. If you have 5 or more energy, dual attack quad strike, this card's attack cannot be negated or blocked, and your opponent can't combo against this card for 10 Z energy and 5 energy, right? Like, that's, like, the only way that I find it, like, it's gonna be broken. Okay, that we have such a powerful card that, like, it immediately warps the game for everybody, much like Fu did. But the problem with Fu and everybody else, like, you know, everybody else, like, complaining about Fu, the problem with that is that, like, Fu was, you know, 6 energy over 10. So yeah, Z energy, though, Zenkai, it's going to be a lot easier to play. So yeah, I think that that's where we kind of, like, have to watch out for. Obviously, we're going to get Z card staples for every color that are going to be good. But I don't think this is any different, right, than like an iconic rare or Cells Earth Destroying Kamehameha, something like that. So, teach your own. Now, on to these SCRs, which are insanely broken. So we have the Barak SCR that came out. Dual attack, double strike, ultimate deflect. Already good. It's got deflect. 40k, broken. Activate main for 3. Rest a card and play it. And you can choose like one of your opponent's cards, rest it, and play this card. What's dumb about this is that it says Saiyan leader only, as if that can't be played in other Saiyan leaders. Okay. Then activate main, choose up to, for no energy, right? Choose up to 2 rest mode cards, ignoring barrier, KO them. Then your opponent gets only 1 attack with battle cards in the next turn. This SCR is probably, on paper, the best SCR of the 3. It's broken. The other 2, you kind of have to like think about the applications, but this is broken. It is Forbidden Power on 40k double strike legs that KOs 2 cards and then Rest and Energy. Yeah, Resting Energy is broken, and that card can do it. So it can cripple your opponent's ability to defend, cripple their ability to attack, while being a very aggressive card that's low to the ground, and it can be played in any Saiyan leader deck. Yeah, Dark Brawler gets a 40k double strike. That rests your energy. Yay. Something like that. Moving on to Kaioken Goku, deflect, triple strike. Not triple strike, triple attack. Okay. This effect is ridiculous, but it has a specified cost of 2, so you still have to pay 2 energy for it. It has an energy reduction for 3 for every one of your opponent's energy. That's a little too much. Then you can't evolve on top of it. You can't place cards on top of the card. And then if your opponent has 4 more energy, switch all of your energy to active mode. That is mono blue. 40k triple attack, deflect ultimate. Yeah, it's okay. Hatch is better. Sorry. Like, this is going to be good in aggressive decks only, but, 4 energy is a lot, and, yeah, bottom deck it with, blue's going to bottom deck it, it's going to get rested. I would tell you. Next one. S4 Vegito, A Light in the Dark. Okay. Ultimate, deflect. Overwhelm 6 if your leader is a mono red Saiyan. Oh boy. Your opponent, when this card is played, your opponent reveals their hand. You take 1 battle card, 35,000 or less. You pitch it. Choose your leader card, gets plus 10k. And this card gets quad strike. So 40k, quad strike. Bust your leader 10k. And pitches a card from their hand. And is overwhelmed 6. And has deflect. This card's obscenely good. Let me explain why. So, sorry, I had to move my dog so she doesn't bump the camera. So let me explain why. The first reason this card is absurd is because it's going to come down for free. Okay? It being an overwhelm 6 is nuts. Red Brawley just got a lot better. I mean, a lot better. Now, it doesn't have a card that it has to worry about being, like, restricted to the 6-drop to put on pressure, which this is going to be absolutely nuts. It's also going to buff the leader to the start of the next turn, 10k, which means that every red Saiyan leader that plays this card gets a double beam on the next turn, essentially crippling most decks' pressure from being able to do anything to it. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, this card gains quad strike. So this is a now overwhelm 6 for free, no energy, okay? This is a free card that has quad strike. if I handed you a free overwhelm card, let me just, like, let me explain why this is so stupid. If I handed you a free overwhelm card that had 40k in quad strike before any of the other effects that I've mentioned, you would be like, that is the stupidest overwhelm that they have ever made in the game. And that is not even close to the amount of effects. This thing has deflect, which means they can't do anything about it. It then takes a card from their hand. You get to look at their hand so you know what you can and can't do. And then you get to take a battle card from them. So super combo, whatever. This card is busted, okay? Now, here's the thing. I still think that SS4, sorry, my lunch is done. I still think that SS4 Brawly is going to be overall better. Probably played in this archetype because it gives the deck stability. And like, this is like Gogeta, right? That was the one thing that I immediately thought of. Like, yeah, SS4 Vegito is a really good card, but like SS4 Brawly might actually be better. So, I don't know. We'll see. I think it's going to be great. So, small announcement real quick before I go get my lunch out of the oven that's probably on fire. I've been very busy with work and medical stuff and life, so I am still trying to make content as often as I can, but it's just getting increasingly difficult time management wise in order for me to do that well. So just bear with me, okay? I might be taking a little bit of a break just for video making for the next couple weeks, but after that, I will be completely fine. So thank you so much for watching. As always, my dog is crying because, you know, food, and I will see you guys next time. This is Awesome TCG Discussions, signing off. Laters.